Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is the Business Talk Show. My co-host, Mr. Al CINI, has the day off. Filling in for him is Mr. ROLAND FRIEDL. And if you haven't met ROLAND, you need to get to know him. He is a co-host here on our show, The Mallorca Connection. He's also one of our expert presenters on our Talking Heads platform. He's an elevated listener on our elevated listening team. And he also is hosting and moderating a show for men. It's a panel show for men, by men, about men. In addition, he's also on our Talking Heads panel, and he's going to be starting a new show about the environment, sustainability, and saving our planet. Let's welcome him to the program, ROLAND FRIEDL. Hello.
Hello, JACALYN. Great to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. This is our third show together today. I love it. So we've been to the United Kingdom, news and culture. We've been fashion, travel, and fitness. And now here we are for the business show.
Yeah, I love it. And that's excellent, absolutely what represents my life. I'm so interested in many topics, and I have so much expertise in many topics because I love to learn and study, and always say I'm a lifetime student, always learning and always curious about new things and new people.
And I am always learning from you. You've been a great mentor to me. I run things by you all the time, and I really appreciate how open you are with your experience and your direction in helping me with this platform. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
ROLAND, for people who are joining us for the first time, especially for our two new radio channels that we have in addition to Business Talk Radio and our television platform, I would love for you to share a little bit about your background, what you're doing when you're not here on USA Global TV, because you have your own business and your own life, your own experience, and just share with our audience how you help people.
Yeah, sure. Well, when I'm not on US Global TV, I don't watch any TV because I don't have any TV set since many years. My name is ROLAND. As you can hear from my accent, I'm not a native speaker in English. I'm born and raised in Austria, in the middle of Europe. But I see myself as a world traveler. I traveled all the time. Right now, I'm living in an RV, traveling in Europe. I left my home base, Mallorca, after I've been living there for 14 years. And I dedicated my life to supporting organizations and their leaders, not only to perform better, meaning more sales, more returns, more market shares, whatever. Because of my own experience, when I left university, I had a very fast and successful career, I can say very proudly. I was the youngest member of a board of directors of a huge company. I was in sales. I was manager, executive, and then a board director, board member. And then I left the corporate world because to be honest, I was successful and made a lot of money, but every night I came home or in the weekends, I was so exhausted. I was not really present to be present for my kids and my beloved ones. So I decided to leave the corporate world in my end 20s. Started my businesses in different areas, in different industry and brands, because as I said in the beginning, I'm interested in so many things to try out and bring it to life or bring it to market. And from there, I was training my own stuff. So I had a company having 8,000 people around the globe working for me. And I trained them by myself because I was not happy about what the offering was on the market from trainers. There was too much theory, not enough practice. So I started training and coaching, consulting my own stuff, my own managers. And then one day, one of the team members came to me and said, "Hey, can you do this for Xerox, for example?" So since more than 20 years, we do training for Xerox and other multinational companies on all over the globe in many languages. But not only helping the organization, as I said, I also dedicated my life to support leaders, or especially human beings, to have a more purpose and full and happy life. That's all that we're here on the planet. And as you mentioned, Dr. Jacalyn, we shortly launched the Men Show, Wild at Heart. And the background for that is I have a platform established 2 years ago, where men meet in a safe environment and share their emotions, because I think this is so important too, that men learn about their emotions, be aware of their emotions, and are ready, or willing to express them, because it's also very important, not only in business, but also especially in partnership. That's what I'm doing. The day has 24 hours, the week has 7 days, so there's a lot to do. There's not much to say, but there's a lot to do.
Thank you. I love that. Well, we have an amazing guest backstage. She's actually been here before, and she adds so much value. She has also experienced many different aspects of life as an entrepreneur, and we're going to be learning more from her today. She is an eclectic entrepreneur. She's a chief empowerment officer at Empowered Voice Publishing, and she's an intuitive and empowerment coach. I want to welcome Marianne Padjan to the show. Hi, Marianne.
Hi, thank you so much, Dr. Jacalyn, and hi, Roland.
Hi, Marianne. Great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me here the first time, never mind the second time. This is great. I love this show, so I super appreciate you having me on here again. Yes.
Well, thank you. I learned a lot from you in several areas, and I know we're going to be focusing on a number of things, because you are an eclectic entrepreneur. That was your word, eclectic. And as an entrepreneur, you're not afraid to try new things, and you're actually launching some new things, which we want to hear about as well. So I'm going to spotlight you, and if you could just give a little bit of background for people who are meeting you for the first time, how would you describe what it is that you bring to the world throughout all of your different for all the talents that you have?
Which particular talent? Well, I also do real estate. I'm also a real estate agent, and I'm actually a meditation specialist. I like to refer to myself. So this is my meditation book. I'm an author, and I own a publishing company. So Empowered Voice Publishing is a publishing company. I also am a co-owner at a radio station with Robert J. Moore, who used to be my coach and now is my partner. So WWW Magnetic FM Radio is our radio station, and that's growing by the minute. We just teamed up on that, and what we have coming together is we're putting together a mastermind group, which is going to be amazing, and it's going to be $83 a month for an entire year, and all you have to do is bring 2 people to the mastermind, and your mind will be blown at this mastermind. Robert J. Moore is my coach, and he brings so much to the table. He is the reason I am where I am right now. So he's the reason I have a publishing company, the radio station, the coaching I've done always, and real estate I've always been in. So those are the new things. These are also some of my books. I'm heavily into spirituality, and the other new thing that I'm doing is I just recently, about 2 months ago, signed up for a course here in Canada to become an ordained minister. So I'm already an ordained minister in the US, but in Canada, I never really sort of found a group that I fit into. And so now I found one. And so once I complete that, I will be opening up a charity, one that is local and one that is international. And I think that's it for the new stuff.
Wow, I think that's quite a lot. And by the way, Robert J. Moore is featured in my new book, which is going to be released May the 4th. And Roland is also in the book. So hello, Robert, if you're out there, I really appreciate you. So Marianne, I had mentioned to you backstage that one topic that I really wanted to talk about today was how leaders, how business owners can incorporate spirituality, meditation, sound therapy into their culture so that people have an opportunity to really tap into their inner selves and their inner peace. Would you like to expand upon that, please?
Absolutely. So I'll tell you right now, meditation that is with me everywhere I go. Like, I give this to my real estate clients. They love it. They love that I'm an author. They love that I do this other stuff. In fact, I probably get to use more of my coaching on my real estate clients than I do on my regular clients. And so I also, Roland, I know you said you're doing a course with men. I'm actually going to be participating in a course with a gentleman who is also doing a course for men. And I'm going to be doing an entire segment there. One part will be recorded and the other part will be, I'll go live with him and we'll do the question and answer. And they're all going to be getting one of my books, and it's kind of cool. So I love incorporating it into various classes, because meditation on its own is great, but you can't really sit there and meditate all day long, right? So everything is always about self-love, right? Because that's my second, or that's not my second love. I'll say that's my first. And so, Self-Empowerment Reset is a series of 12 books. And each one will have a separate subtitle. And so that is all spirituality being brought in, especially after the last few years. We really need to get in touch with ourselves more. And people are craving meditation. I probably have more meditation requests now than I've ever had before. People are looking for ways to de-stress, and anxiety is rampant. So it is, it's absolutely a necessary subject. And I've posted a meditation minute with Marianne on my Facebook page, and then shared it on my rest of my social media, LinkedIn and Instagram and everywhere else I am. And so I had a gentleman who had connected with me and said that he goes, I want to thank you for posting these. He goes, today was the day I was contemplating suicide, and I saw your video and I changed my mind. And I decided to stay. And I was like, wow. That's
wow. That's
right.
Yeah, I got chills when you said that. That's
everything. That's everything. And then I think we spoke about this. So this is my device for my sound therapy. And so what happens is you speak into it, it captures your voice, and then it spits out, it does like an analysis, and then you get a personalized, here it is. So this is just one example. I don't know if you can hear this.
Yes.
So it spits out a personalized sound therapy there for each person. And then we can go in here and we can actually add additional ones. So, but this one I can actually send home with people. See, and then there's like all kinds of different ones. Like there's so many things to choose from. And it actually is very, very healing.
Marianne, can you share with our audience about sound healing? What is sound healing and how can it help someone?
So, we're all made out of vibration, right? So everything vibrates in this world, everything, including, a book, a table, a chair. And so we all have a vibration. And so positive words like love and thank you have actually love and thank you are the two highest vibrating words. So people have gone as far as to take a bottle of water and write on it. So I don't have a bottle of water, but you could write on your cup, love and thank you. And that vibration will go into your water or whatever it is you're drinking, and you will bring that vibration into your body. And so sound therapy is just a quicker way of doing it, right? So when I do this and I take the analysis, I send it off to the person and they listen to it all week long. I think you and I did one, right? Or, all week or 2 weeks, or depending, each client comes to me differently. So if they come once a week, then this is, they have that for the week. And then when they come back, then we get a brand new one, right? Because now that you've healed a little bit, your vibration is different, right? So we got to take it up a notch, right? So everything has a vibration. That's just the way it is. It's like positive words.
Absolutely. Can you compare it to mantras? Because I'm a huge fan of mantras and singing kirtans, because it's also not only that you have holy words, but it's the vibration of the sound of the mantra.
it's the same, right? Because you're saying those words, whereas here it's just, let's say, oh gosh, I hope it's not something overly crazy loud here. Okay, that one's too quiet. I need something that is here. I don't want to. Oh, see, like some of it is really quite loud. Look, this one is for parasites. So anyone who has a dog or a pet of any kind, I have a dog. We all have parasites. Like and most humans have some level of parasites, unless you do something specifically to get rid of them. We have parasites. Then we have allergies. Like this is big allergy season. And I've been able to not use, what's the name of that thing I used to use? Benadryl. So I used to use Benadryl every spring because I have severe allergies in the spring. And one year I took Benadryl almost every day for 3 months. And I thought, this is ridiculous. I can't do this. This is no way to live. It's going to ruin my liver. You know, it has such a huge effect. So yeah, so I got this and now I don't need anything. It's fantastic.
That's so encouraging. And we do have a couple comments I just want to get to from Christine Amy Artner, who is joining us from Vienna, right? No, Austria.
Yeah. Vienna's the capital of Austria. Yes.
Vienna. I got it right both times. Vienna, Austria. She's one of our new team members. So she writes great project, Men and Emotions, and also wonderful guests. So thank you so much for watching. We are going to take a quick break and hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll be back. We have so much more to discuss with Marianne. If you have any questions for her, if you want to know more about some of the work that she's doing, please put it in the comments. We'd be happy to bring that up when we come back. So we're going to take a moment right now, and then we'll be back as soon as I remove this banner. Okay.
Take a moment.
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 So I've had the privilege of photographing some incredible people over the years, and during each shoot I've asked the subject to close their eyes and take themselves to a peaceful place just for a few seconds. I've found that this really helps to refresh the energy between the camera and the subject. They had an energy that was quite special and quite different from the rest of the shoot. The collection grew, and now it feels the right time to use it for something good. I think it'd be amazing if we could help to raise awareness and involve people in the discussion about mental health. So what we're asking to do is for everyone to upload their own self-portraits. All of these portraits will become part of a massive artwork. I'm really excited to see this project go from hundreds of pictures to thousands of pictures. Essentially, an ever-evolving artwork that says we're all in this together.
Close your eyes and take a moment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio. Today's show is the Business Talk Show, and Al CINI has the day off. A big thank you to our friends over in the UK, Ian Pelham-Turner and Helena Shard, for sharing those sponsorships with us. We really appreciate it. All right, let's get back to the show. Joining me is my co-host, Mr. Roland FRIEDL. Welcome back. And also our special guest, Marianne Padjan. Hello.
Hi, I love that commercial. You know, I don't watch Downton Abbey. I've just heard about it, but now I want to watch it.
Yeah. Me too.
Me three.
I'm going to. They're on Netflix, right?
Well, that is actually the movie that's coming out, and it's coming out in the UK, and it's not in the United States yet, but it's coming out, I think, Friday or Saturday.
Oh, that's
So I'm sure it will be on Netflix at some point, right? It goes through the whole process. But so we were talking earlier in the first segment about a number of the things that you are able to help people with. You're a real estate agent, you're an author, you're a meditation specialist, you have a radio show, you have a publishing company, and you are just able to help people look within and look without and make it all work. So thank you for sharing what you shared so far. I'm interested to hear more about your story. Roland, I know you had a question that you wanted to ask.
Yeah, Marianne, I just want to ask a question because, these times we're facing more and more challenging time. There are more distractions. There's more pressure in business, but also on a private base. So resilience is for me the new word, and what I hear. What is your tip for not only for managers, but also for a normal guy or a normal girl who is under pressure, distracted, facing challenges in this time, this insecurity, to be more resilient and more relaxed and calm down?
Learn to trust yourself more. So whatever it is, you need to do that. So this is what I do a lot with my clients. So you can get a coach. I have 3 coaches. I have 3 coaches almost continuously. If I don't have 3, I must be in between for some reason, and I might only have 2. I have a spiritual one, I have a real estate one, and I have Robert J. Moore, who's my branding coach, business coach, and now my partner. So that's number 1. Number 1 for me with everything is always meditation, because pick up some sort of meditation practice. If you don't have one, this is great. This is basically a very small book of 10 meditations, super easy. I made it super easy. There's all kinds of meditations on YouTube that you can tune into. Do meditations with some breathing work. That will help you to stay strong here and to keep the voices, the negative voices out of your head. Learn to stay in your own lane. Never mind other people and never mind their opinions. Opinions are free, and you know what? Everyone's got one, and you have a path. Stick to it. If you're passionate about something, keep going. You know what? And don't worry about, oh, this isn't going to work, or that isn't going to work, or this isn't working. This must not be for me. No, that's actually part of the path. Part of the path is the falling down a little bit, right? That's part of the growth. That's part of it. Another maybe 2 tips for me is a gratitude journal, and I love myself journal, and then maybe a 3rd one if I had to throw it in there, and just that will be your goal journal. So you visit that every day. You visit the I love myself one every single day, because self-love to me is the foundation for everything. You have good, firm self-love, you can do anything. Anything else is just tuning out all the self-doubt voices, whether they come from you and your committee inside of your head, or they come from somebody else, and then it triggers your committee on the inside of your head. One or the other, right?
Yes.
And so, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, we all have that. It's almost like, even though there's one of us, it seems like there's a whole team of people. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Shut up. No, yes. Right.
Exactly. What do you mean I can't? Of course you can. No, she said no. But look what he said, and look what he did, and look at this. And sometimes you just have to, and taking time for yourself. I can't stress enough of that. People do not do that. We don't take enough time for ourselves. If you need sleep because you've been on some crazy schedule, how are you going to function? How are you going to feed someone else if you can't even feed yourself, right?
Yeah,
so true.
And I also believe it's so important. What I learned the last 2-3 years is learning to be alone, not always be distracted by doing something or consuming something or talking to somebody, just being by yourself and taking time for yourself. I think that's such a great learning.
Well, I find for myself, that's when I do my healing, my best healing. Now, having said that, I love a group setting, right? Like a group setting, because I have a group that I go with. It's a very small group, but it's my spiritual group. And there's a power in that, but there's a definite power in just you being with yourself. If you can't be by yourself, that's a bit of an issue, and you need to do whatever you can to get yourself to that place. So if you need to just schedule time by yourself, start with 1 minute. That's why I started my meditation on social media. It was called Meditation Minute with Marianne, because I thought anybody can do anything new for 1 minute, right? Because we need change. Change is the only constant. And so we need change all the time, but people don't like change. As a general rule, humans don't like a lot of change. It's difficult. It's uncomfortable. It takes us way far out of our comfort zone, but we need change. So the sooner you embrace change, the better. So go and do it for a minute. Do it for 1 full minute. Time yourself. Do it for 1 full minute. And then the next day, do it for 2, or do it for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Do what you need to do. And then you'll see being by yourself is really quite awesome. Because if you don't like your company, who's going to like it? Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's so many points that you touched on that I just want to elaborate. So I know for me, I have changed so much since 2 years ago. I can't even believe I'm the same person after I left corporate, and I spend most of my time alone, and I'm quite happy. Thank you very much. I would like to have like a big skylight that would come in, but then I couldn't actually do what I do here. But Marianne, what I'd love for you to talk a little bit more about when these things come up in our life that don't go our way, and we get overwhelmed, we start feeling badly. What if we were to change our perspective and say to ourselves, okay, this is the low point, and now I'm going to learn from it so I can go back up to the high point and just embrace it almost? What do you feel about that?
That's right. That's exactly what I meant when I said, hey, you're going to get bumps in the road. You're going to fall. That's exactly what it is. It feels like you're falling, but really all you're doing is training. You're training for your marathon, right? So training for the marathon isn't always fun. The first day it hurts. I mean, the first day it's fun because you can go, and then the next day it hurts, right? And then you do more the next day, and then you do more the next day. So embracing the day that, oh, now this happened. What am I going to do here? What did she say? What did she mean by that? What did he mean by that? I don't understand. Why doesn't he like this? You have to go through the feelings. You can't just ignore it. You can bulldoze through it in terms of people are always going to have an opinion. But if you can analyze it and see, why is this bothering me so much? Why is this triggering me? Why is his action disturbing me? And it's usually something inside of you that you're doing that bothers you about them, right?
Yes, I agree. Thank you. Roland, what would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I can absolutely relate to it because, I was always bumping from one relationship to one relationship, no pause, never be alone. And I learned this the last couple of years. And I'm still in a relationship again. But what you said, Marianne, just triggered me, because in the first year or 14 months with this person, I say, I can't be with her. I can't be with her. I found out, okay, what really bothers me is me. It's myself. She's just mirroring me, and she's just mirroring me, my bad behavings, my bad thoughts. This was just an amazing learning. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Either you win or you learn, and you win either way, right? So, and relationships are so much fun. They're the most fun out of everything because we always want to blame the other person, right? Look what he's doing. Look what she's doing. Oh, I can't believe that. I can't believe she said that to me. What does she think she is, or he, right? And then it's like, who's the common denominator in all the relationships? helps, right?
Yes, so true.
Absolutely.
I think an
Absolutely.
example that most of us can relate to is if you call an 800 number for, let's say, cable service, it's the first one that comes to mind, and you're already triggered because your cable is out, right? It's like the end of the world has come because the cable is out. Like it's never going to go out, right? And then you get someone on the phone and they ask you those series of questions, and you think to yourself, isn't the technology here that you know all this information just from my phone number? And you feel yourself, at least I feel myself more and more getting, and by the time you're on the phone for 5 minutes, you're like a psychopath. And it's like, they didn't do anything. It's you. It's like, am I alone here?
That's a good description. I love that. What do you mean you don't understand what I'm saying or asking?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me this? Why aren't you psychic already?
Right. Exactly.
How come you don't know what I want? Or, because I just turned 60. So the guys my age are, they're older. So I have expectations. Well, not now because, but like before, or women my age. Well, he must know what he's doing by now. And I'm like, right? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know everything? Like, are you perfect? And it's fun. It's fun. Relationships are so much fun because I'll laugh at myself. I'll be talking to my friend and she goes, "What's going on? Why are you laughing so much? Why are you giggling so much?" And I go, "I can't believe this bothers me about him so much." I go, "I can't wait to find out what it is inside of me because I haven't got there yet. But I know that I noticed that it bothers me on him. So if it bothers me on him, I know for sure it bothers me about me. So I'm like, I can't wait till I figure out what it is because I'm really bothered by it." And she goes, "Are you mad at him?" I go, "No, I just know I'm bothered by it. So I can't wait to find out what it is. So I need a minute, to myself or, have clients to see. So I need to go do this, this, and this. And then towards the end of the night, I'm going to have some time and I'm going to settle in and I'm going to do some breathing and I'm going to say, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah. I get what this is."
That's a new learning.
Yeah. Marianne, I want to hear your opinion about, we're talking a little bit about business background, about meditation, spirituality.
Right.
What's your opinion about multitasking versus meditation, being present, focus on one task?
Oh my God. Why do you think I started meditation? I'm like the world's greatest multitasker. I multitask all the time. I'll be at one event and I'm doing another one, or I'll be doing this and I'll be writing out my next chapter or something. Like I just have this crazy busy mind. I think when way back when I was in, grade school, we didn't have so much ADD. But I think that I might have been one of those that might have been diagnosed with some ADD because I am like constantly doing 2-3 things at the same time. And it's really a weird comfort zone for me. But I also know that I need my downtime. So when I'm working, I'm fully present with the work. I'm on schedule. I understand I have schedules. I embrace it most of the time, not always. Sometimes I get impatient with myself. And, gosh, I can't wait till I don't have a schedule. But when I'm on vacation, good luck in trying to get a hold of me. Like when I go down and I'm hiding out and I have my me time, my phone's off. Life stops. Life as I know it stops. And, when my parents were alive, they both ended up with dementia and I had to be there for the nursing home. I'm an only child. So my phone was on 24/7. I don't have any kids. I have a dog. He's pretty much with me all the time. I don't have any emergencies anymore. So I can shut down my phone and meditate and go deep and go like to a real honest to goodness, awesome meditation. Also, I do meditation every morning. If I don't have that time, I don't know. I'm a bit of a mess. I'm not going to lie. If I don't have my half an hour in the morning minimum, and that me time, and then half an hour for my yoga, I'm not that great that day. I'm off kilter. I feel myself off balance. I can trigger much easier. And this way, if I do, I'm all balanced and I'm like, okay, yep, this happens. So I have to, this is why I'm here. It's this constant reminder. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. I have to calm this situation down. I have to calm these people down. I have to calm down the buyer. And, in real estate, one of your favorite things to do is to double end a deal. now you're coaching the buyer, now you're coaching the seller. So now you're sort of, it's almost like having kids and you're trying to calm everyone down, right? Not to mention in everything else I do. So I get to coach almost more in real estate than I do in anything else, but I love teaching and I can't wait. We're not fully open with the travel just yet. We're getting there, but I can't wait till I get back to doing my international retreats. That's, frequently I'm in places where there's really bad internet, which is awesome. So you can totally hide away. The last one we did was in Hawaii, and that was years ago. So I want to get back into that. Probably next year. Next year we'll start. And there's some executive stuff we're doing.
Roland knows all about retreats as well, don't you, Roland?
Awesome.
Yeah, I spent many times in ashrams in India. But also on the Bahamas, on Paradise Island with Shivananda. I spent many weeks there meditating. That's where I met, by the way, JACALYN Chan. by meditating on Paradise Island, I guess 7 years ago. Yeah, I love retreats just to switch off the phone and being off grid and do digital fasting, what I call a digital fasting. Yeah, and I like that. I absolutely like it. And and when I had my finca on Mallorca the last 14 years, we also organized retreats there for people, and it's so important. And what I learned is also to integrate meditation in my daily life, but not just only to sit down and steer on a candle, but I learned it from my teacher Nathan in France when I was there at Plum Village. Just being meditation also means being in the present moment. So whatever I do, just being present. Because, for example, I was multitasking. I was eating and reading or checking news or whatever. So no, when I eat, I focus on the food. This is a learning process. I love meditation. I can absolutely relate what you're talking about, Marianne. It really brings you down. You short your ideas and yeah.
Yeah, I have to. And the other one that I do is my walking meditation, right? Where I go, I live very close to the water here. I can actually walk to the water. So I will go down there. If it's a super, super heavy day and I don't have a lot of time, I will go down by the water and I will just do deep breathing as I'm walking. And usually I have my dog with me. And even sometimes if it's 20 minutes, but you can release a lot of negative energy by the water, because the water and the earth, they will recycle this negative energy, right? You don't need to hold on to it. You can shake it out, shake your hands out literally and just do deep breathing. Inhaling. Breathing will change. It will take you from, sympathetic nervous system into a parasympathetic. Really what that means is just from craziness and chaos to calm. And that's the whole purpose. And when we're calm is when we can think straight and think properly, right? And we can allow for the energy to flow as opposed to forcing it. Okay, now I'm going to do. No, just let it be. You know what? And I don't mean that you need to just walk through life and in some kumbaya and nothing else, and that's all we're going to do. No. You can still stay grounded enough and work through business and life and do what you need to do. And you can still be present and just basically doing a walking meditation. So I have 2 that I do in the morning because of the ordination course that I'm taking. It keeps me in line also because it's a constant reminder that I'm one with the universe. I'm one with the universe. I'm one with the universe. I'm here to spread love, not anything else negative that may sometimes come up in business or any other place, right?
You mentioned your dog, Marianne, and besides my gurus, I had my 2 dogs and my cats became a role model for me to being just resilient and just being in the present moment. I learned so much by just observing them. They're not feel guilty about the past. They don't worry about the future. They're just in the present moment.
Right. And they don't care what I'm wearing. They don't care if I've colored my hair or my nails are done or not. They don't care about any of that. Right. And for my dog, it's funny because I've always battled my weight. Like I've always wanted to lose weight. Doesn't matter how skinny I was when I was younger and I still wanted to lose weight. So I had my last dog before this one was a dog that just ate everything in sight, which is kind of like a symbol of the way I did. And now as I get older, I start to pay attention a little bit more, right? Like I'm going a little more gluten-free. I'm reverting back. I was vegetarian for 18 years. So I'm reverting a little bit backwards to that more and stuff. My dog that I have now, he will go and he will literally fast all day. And there's nothing I can do to make him eat. And he just won't. And then the next day he'll eat. And he eats enough. Like he doesn't eat too much. He eats his meal when he's done. And when he's full, he walks away. My other dog, no, he would eat everything. If you gave him more, he'd give him more. And I'm like, I love this dog. I need to listen to, what he's doing and watch what he's doing. And I'm going to learn from him. And I love being around his energy, right? So sometimes at night, which is my worst time, because that's, sometimes I have very long days and I'm talking to Australia and I'm talking to the UK and the time zone differences is crazy. And I'll finish at night and I'll just take him in my lap and, get some tea or get some water and do that instead of eating. And it's quite nice. So I feel so much better. So I think animals, just like everything else, is here to give us a message, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I wanted to just go back to something that you said earlier, because I think it's so important for people. You mentioned that at any given time you have 3 coaches. And I know myself, I didn't even actually sit down to think how many I have, but it's so important to open up and welcome someone else into your life to give you guidance and direction. We don't have all the answers. And sometimes we beat ourselves up because we don't have the answers, but look to someone like you, someone to Roland, to inspire, motivate, keep you in alignment. And Marianne, what would you say to people who are thinking, I don't need a coach, I don't need a mentor? There are people like that out there.
You know what? You can drive a standard car if you want, or you can drive an automatic, or you could drive an electric. What would you prefer? So you can do it by yourself if you want to, but it's a lot of work. It's going to take you a very long time to get to where you need to. And I'm a coach and I have 3 coaches. Like, honestly, enough said with that. I'm part of 4 masterminds. So I have group coaching for myself and I have individual coaching for myself in my 3 separate different careers, and which is really 2, but honestly, like, I don't know why you would want to do it without a coach. Get the expert who's already done it, who's been there. I have filed for bankruptcy. I have been divorced, and I'm with someone that's awesome now. I filed for bankruptcy. I have a great business. I own 4 properties. Like, I've overcome what you're looking to do. I've already been there. Now, I haven't done everything in the universe, but I have done that and I can help you with that. Other people can help you. They've been where you are. It's an easier move. The masterminds, the group, there's a lot of people that are there to support you, and having that group energy to help support you as well, that makes me invincible. I feel like I can do anything all the time. And if I have a problem and if I'm having a low vibe day, I call one of my coaches, depending on what it is that I'm feeling that particular day. They've been my coaches for a very long time. So they will pick up the phone most of the time for me. Not obviously if they're in a session, but honestly, I don't know why you would want to do it by yourself. It's so much easier and faster. You will get to where you're going faster.
Well said. Now, I want to ask you this question, then have Roland weigh in on, because I know what Roland's going to say. I can almost hear the collective out there saying, oh, I'd love to get coaching, but I can't afford it. I don't have the money. What do you have to say about that, Marianne? And then Roland, I want to hear, I know what you have to say, Roland, but Marianne.
Well, one, there's a payment plan. We can work with you. I haven't yet to have, anyone that I haven't been able to help them in some manner. You need to put yourself first, invest the energy being also including money into yourself. Find the beginning money somewhere. Once you take that step, pouring into yourself will create a different more magnetic energy that you will attract additional money. So the more money you put into yourself, the more money you will make.
Well said. Well said. Thank you. Roland?
Yeah, first of all, I want to mention those who say they don't need a coach are those who need it mostly, if they would be open, first of all. Secondly, for me, self-development and self-improvement for me is the most important thing in the world. I strongly believe it's the best investment you can do is invest in yourself first. So whoever's listening and thinking about, I don't have the money, stop doing whatever you're doing. Stop wasting money on going out. Stop wasting on money, whatever you do. Take the last penny and invest in yourself by hiring a coach. It will make a difference. That's what I did when I was broken. Yeah, I learned that, and I said, okay, I have a few euros. At the time, it was shilling. It was the old currency in my country. I took this money and I invested it by joining a seminar. I will never forget it. By the way, it was Tony Robbins many, many years ago. And it was my best decision ever. This was the start of my journey of developing and buying tapes, cassettes at the time. There was no CD cassettes, and learning and listening while I was driving a car, reading books all the time. And it's the best investment can do. As Marianne said before, when you invest in yourself, then everything else will work. And I always talk about what I call the happiness circle. You have 3 rubber balls and 3 glass balls. Take care of the glass balls, because when they fall down, they break. And the glass balls are relationships, health, and personal development. These are the 3. When you invest there and get better, then the rubber balls bounce back. For me, the rubber balls is career, income, and lifestyle. So when this falls down, you can ever build up when you focus on relationships, health, and personal development. So really, take the last penny and find a coach. That's my last advice. Who went through the mud, who went through the shit, because a lotus is only blossom in mud. So take a coach that really went through the shit and knows exactly where you're now, and take it from there. So that's my advice.
Great advice. Great advice. Marianne, I'm going to leave the last word to you for our audience as we close out today.
You know what? One thing for sure is you need to understand that you are worth it and you are enough. And you need to love yourself more. Once you have that, everything else is easy. Make a decision that you want to move forward and then stick to that path. Do not let anything disrupt your journey through your path, and move forward.
Thank you so much, Marianne. How can people get in touch with you? Who would you like to contact you? And third question is, what can people expect when they tune into your radio station?
Oh, I have 3 shows on my radio station, and we have so many others. We have health. I have real estate ins and outs. I have Meditation Minute with Marianne, and I have self-empowerment. Then we have many others on health. Oh my gosh, we have lots on health, actually. And also the publishing company and the radio station, very similar, very positive, very educational, very inspirational. All this kind of empowering type talk. So tune in and you will absolutely love it. You will definitely gravitate to, there's so many of us on there already, and we haven't even completed. And if you're interested in having your own radio station or your own radio show, then definitely please connect with me. So I didn't think to put my email in here. It's spiritualtouch11@gmail.com. I am all over social media. You'll find me on LinkedIn. You'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, and magneticfm.com is the radio, and empoweredvoicepublishing.ca. That is actually my new website. I don't think it's up to date just yet. He's doing some changes to it. So another few days, it'll be back up. So thank you so much.
Marianne, it's spiritualtouch1@gmail.
Spiritualtouch11@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it in.
Okay. Thank you so much. I've just shared that with everyone.
Oh, you did. Very good.
Yes. All right. Thank you again for being here. And again, you are welcome to join us on this or any of our other shows.
Thank you so much for having me. This was beautiful. I love
Thank
listening
you.
to everybody.
You're such an inspiration. Thank you.
I love listening. I love talking to both of you. I love this show. I love talking about this. I love all of it.
Well, hopefully you and Roland will connect. I love when people connect and collaborate and figure out ways to partner together. That would be fantastic.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I would absolutely
sure.
love that.
All right. We'll see you again soon, hopefully.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Bye.
Namaste.
Oh, isn't she delightful?
Absolutely delightful and absolute inspiration. Yeah, we need more of this kind of people.
We do. I love what she shared about what she's already been through in her life. You would never know that, right? And so she owns property. I think she said she owns 4 properties. She's an entrepreneur. She's a publishing company. She's a radio station. You can do it, people. Get out of your own way. Just be open. Reach out to Marianne. Reach out to Roland. These people are here to help take you to the next level. Roland, before we close out, I'm going to, as I always do, spotlight you and for you to share what you're doing on Talking Heads. I'd love for you to share about this new men's program and also what you're doing on your own platform for men.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, first of all, ladies and gentlemen out there, whenever you feel inspired, it's never too late. It doesn't matter how old, how young you are, it's never too late. With all this technical devices we have, with all this communication system, you can build up an international business, whatever age you are. It's never too late. Just go for it. That's my advice. So for myself, yeah, I love this platform, USA Global TV, inspiring other people, connecting with people. And I do this on the Mallorca show, the Mallorca Connection, because the name it comes from the home base I've been living the last 14 years, where I love to interview interesting people. On the Talking Head platform, I focus on business content for leaders, or doesn't matter if it's huge organizations or single entrepreneurs, just to support them and give them advice how they can perform much better by building up a much better team performance, by focusing on the right stuff, on the main tasks they used to have, by fully control of attention, because I strongly believe that the main issue of a human being is having fully control of attention. So the energy goes where the focus is. So that's our different episodes I'm talking about. So actually, yesterday, in the last episode, I've been talking about control of attention. The next time we talk about what is called there. My gosh, too many shows today. About the negative content loop. So why people are triggered by negative content loop, how to get out of this when they're distracted, when they're challenged, stuff like that. So yeah, just go on the Talking Head show, and I really love to share my expertise over the last actually almost 3.5 decades. I'm traveling. Yeah, and about the men show, I'm very, very excited about the men show because, as I mentioned, I started a platform where men meet actually twice a month. We have actually it was a US group. Now it's becoming more international. It's became an English-speaking group. So with people from the US, actually from Sweden, from Poland, from India, from different worlds, spots, and men just come together, gather on a safe environment. We do it online, and we talk about our role as a man in business and privately, as a father, as a husband, as a lover, or as a son, because how we feel as a man, what are our emotions, our anxieties, our thoughts about the future. So sometimes guys are very open to talking about their traumas and how they came over, or we help them in the group. So I guess it's a huge benefit to men to learn more about themselves, and first of all to learn that they're not alone with their emotions and their anxieties. And from this, there comes the next step. And I'm very happy that USA Global TV provides a platform that we can bring a show. The name will be Wild at Heart. This relates to a book title written by John Eldridge, who is also an expert on men's group. Wild at Heart, bonfire talks, because thousands of years men came together, gathered around the fire in their tribes, and have been talking about what happened during the day, made plans about the next day, just having a conversation. And this is what I want to bring back with some colleagues here in USA Global TV. on a weekly show. Just normal men, nothing fake. We call it Wild at Heart Bonfire Talks, real, uncut, authentically, just normal guys from different spots in the world with different backgrounds, just talking about topics about men, for men. So just tune in if you're interested in. I guess it will be really cool stuff.
Thank you so much, Roland. I appreciate that. And, I've been meaning to talk to you about another show I'd like to do in the summer with you. I'm just throwing this out live while we're here. I would really like to do, and I put it out there about a year ago, and when I first started, and it didn't actually take off. I would like to do a live streaming yoga show. So actually people meet on the platform and we're all doing yoga together while we live stream it.
This is a cool idea because, yoga is a practice you really can practice everywhere. We had the conversation on a show previously. You can do it on an airport, in a hotel room, at home, wherever you are. Yeah.
So I just feel like you and I should do that together. So we'll have a chat about that. You'll have to leave your career. You just be like,
well, as I said, the day has 24 hours, the week has 7 days. So that's not much to say, but much to do.
That's right. For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here and spending 3 shows with us today. I really appreciate it. And Al CINI, we're thinking of you and look forward to having you come back. But in the meantime, Roland, you're doing a fabulous job. I appreciate it. We've got another comment. It's from Christine. Brilliant idea, the live yoga. Yeah. So Christine actually is a new team member. It's official as of today. She is a talking head expert presenter, and her background is extensive. She owns her own production company. She is an acting coach, and she's a diction coach, and so much more. So she's going to be joining us starting May the 6th, I think is her first Talking Head episode. So we're really excited about that. All right. Thank you again, Roland. I'm going to say goodbye to you for now. You're probably excited to be able to get off of television for a little while.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And it's always an honor and a pleasure to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you. Bye. All right, folks, I just want to announce a few things. In addition to the men's panel show, we have a women's panel show that is starting May the 4th. And this is really exciting. The show is called A Woman's Prerogative, Different Perspectives. So we have women from different parts of the world who are going to join. I'm going to be moderating the panel, and the discussion topics will be decided right there live on the show. So we have someone joining us from Africa. We have someone joining us from the UK, someone joining us from California, from Canada, from Texas, and I think from the UK, 2 people from the UK. So you can join us for that. We are expanding the types of programs that we're offering. So if you have any ideas and you want to come onto our platform, please let me know. We have talk shows. We have our expert presenters who are the talking heads. And we also have our panel shows. In addition, our last thing is we have elevated listeners. So I teach listening skills. And when you want to listen at a higher level where you can't be multitasking, you can't be doing anything but totally present, and you learn to listen without judging, without providing a solution, and without interrupting. So we have people who have graduated from the course, and they are here sharing their knowledge and giving a safe place for you to share with them. Okay, so that's all that I have about that. Last thing is I just want to share, as I mentioned earlier, my second book is coming out. The first book was an Amazon #1 bestseller, and that's Behind the Green Screen. This book is a compilation of 12 chapters from 12 authors, one of whom is me. And we mentioned Robert J. Moore. He also has a chapter. So join us for our first ever live book launch, which is also on May the 4th. And finally, let's see, our last thing is our reunion show. We're going to do shows like this 4 times a year, and this is sold out. This is May the 1st. We're live streaming for 6 hours, and during the live stream, the people who have signed up and booked in will have 15 minutes to present their information about their business, their book, their screenplay, their yoga class, whatever it is they're promoting, and we get to learn from them and have each of them interact with each other. It's a really cool experience. All right, so I'm going to close out there. Our next show coming up is Talking Heads. We have 2 Talking Heads shows today. One's with Jean Keegan Daly, and the other one's with Mariska Duprier. So we hope that you will stay tuned for those. If you're watching us over on YouTube, please do subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you with us. All right, thank you so much, Marianne. Thank you, Roland. Thank you, Christine. We'll see you all later.